Our next guest is Ms. Chioma Iheozor, and she's a real estate agent, certified international property specialist, and a master certified negotiation expert. Welcome, Ms. Chioma. And she's
Hi.
here, sorry, she's trying to talk about real estate, as Adiba said.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. It's a great privilege to be here. I thank you, the coordinators of this event. It's really a great initiative. Our community needs this collaboration. We need to leverage on collaboration because we can go too far doing it all by ourselves and doing it individually. So without much ado, I'll be going straight because we don't have a lot of time and it's getting dark. So first, I'm going to talk about the major challenges our community members face in terms of housing here in Canada. I'm in Ottawa. I know a lot of people are not from, on this event today, are not from Ottawa, other places, other provinces, and even across beyond Canada. So some of the challenges we'll face, we face employment challenges, sociocultural differences, racism, isolation, access to information, which Mr. Ben has said a lot about. A lot of things that we can do to grow our individual selves and grow our community just because we are not aware. We don't have access to that. And sometimes it's not our fault, and sometimes it's because we don't reach out to get that information. Of course, housing is part of the challenges that we face, and which is basically what I'll be talking about. So first, I want to start with people who are, making plans to come to Canada. And when they come to Canada, when they arrive in Canada, so they usually face some challenges. And I believe most of us making plans of coming to Canada is to include in their budgeting planning how they will settle down, their permanent housing settlement, like how they will settle permanently when they come to Canada. But what a lot of people do is they plan for the temporary settlement, like getting a hotel or staying in relations or friends' place until they get their permanent place. But I think that shouldn't be the best practice. Is for you to start planning from home or wherever you're migrating from. Start planning the long-term, your long-term housing. What do you do about that? You start asking questions about, just like you are asking questions about everything. When you are planning on, packing up your personal items, you should be planning on talking to professionals like real estate agents who will help you, guide you when you arrive here. And don't get uncomfortable when real estate agents ask you some questions that you might perceive to be personal, like when you're arriving, or your date of arrival, and how many people will be occupying, member of your families, their ages. The reason for that is for the real estate agents to help you, guide you, and help you with smooth transitioning when you arrive in Canada. What this will help do is she or he will be able to help you select some properties where you can rent, because as you are coming into Canada, probably you don't understand, you don't know the community, you don't know where you're coming from, and asking those questions from your friends or your relations might not go a long way in helping you, because each of them or everybody has their own individual experience, which might be totally different from your own circumstance. So this person will help you. As soon as you arrive, you'll be able to help you locate the kind of property that will suit your family. That being said, if you can do that, that will help you a long way in coming into it, because when you arrive Canada, there all these challenges I mentioned, you are going to face most of them, and they are all having babies. Like when, in terms of employment, you are worrying about the kind of job to get, where places to get jobs, and you're also worrying about recognizing your credentials. So that's a big challenge when you get here. organizations recognizing your credential when you come here. So that will even, put on a heavy mental stress on you, and lots of that, including the housing issue. So with all those stress going on in your head, whichever one you can solve, or you can put off the way by proper planning, will go a long way in helping you. So for those of us that are here, what I'm going to mention is that a lot of us, we don't look into leveraging the opportunities we have here in terms of owning real estate. We all agree that owning real estate is one of the major strategies where people create wealth and create cash, and sometimes we overlook it, and other communities leverage on this. And because sometimes it takes us time to eventually settle in the new country we are in. Sometimes it takes years, and with all the stress we are going through, we don't bother to think about them. There are some myths that are hindering people from, making growing and establishing very well in Canada when it comes to real estate. Some of these myths are that you must have 20% down payment before you own a house in Canada. That is a myth, and a myth that cannot be true. And if you don't ask questions, of course, asking the right people, asking professionals, like asking a real estate agent or asking a mortgage broker, you won't be able, nobody will direct you. And there is another myth that you must have a perfect credit. Oh, my credit is so low, therefore I won't. And people will be living here for many years, and they are scared or shy. They won't bother to access information to go through to the right path. So these are some of the things that limit people from owning their own homes. So they keep on renting. I want people to understand that while you are renting, you are just practically helping someone else grow his or her growth without you, venturing into doing that. Then another myth is buying a home means you are stuck in a place. Sometimes people know their circumstances are going to change in the future, and they don't bother owning a home because they don't know where they're going, and they don't know what's going to happen. They can change jobs or change cities, and therefore they said no, they are not ready to buy a home. And time will be passing by. They will be running into years without owning their own property and real estate. The reason why it's important for people to own real estate here in Canada is because I won't say it's easy, because it's not that easy, but you need to take that chance. It's a great way of creating wealth and securing your future. If you have real estate, if you have properties, and anything happens like what we have just experienced in the past 1 year, real estate can be your source of income over time. And there are so many things, so many strategies. People can buy real estate and sell to make money, to infuse more cash into whatever income that they have. There are so many options people can embark on, like resale of properties, resale of existing properties, or selling of new homes. People can buy new homes and sell. People can invest into condominiums, putting them on rent for rentals, and people can buy land and develop. And these aspects, people can actually collaborate. Someone has mentioned about collaboration. Sometimes when you look at these things, it looks like, okay, I'm never going to do this until I live here for 10 years. That's a myth. That's not true. You can, leverage the opportunity we have here. We have people you can talk to and come together as a group or as partners. What one person will not be able to achieve, coming together as a group of partners, you'll be able to achieve more. The good thing is that we listen to Mr. Ben, who can, give people advice, and people like that. We have a number of them in the community. If you don't reach out, you won't be able to access the information, and people can guide you on what to do instead of burying your head in the sand in your home and going through all sorts of mental stress. So another thing I'm going to talk about is we keeping our credit, keeping good credit. This reason is one of the reasons why a lot of people are unable to access funding or access fund to invest or buy real estate, because just like I mentioned, because we are so carried away with all the stress of settling down, we overlook our credit, which is a core thing here in Canada. Sometimes our credit, people run bad credit over years, and that inhibits them from assessing what they can, assessing funds to invest in real estate. Try to pay your debts on time. This is about finance, but you cannot be talking about real estate without strengthening your finance. Is the first step whenever you are talking about buying real estate. You have to strengthen your finance, and there is no lender if you are looking to buy, except you when you are thinking about buying the home cash. There is no lender that can give you consideration if your finance is not straight, no matter what your income is. You can be having low income and still have a very good, great looking credit score. So one thing I want people to take home here is that there are lots of opportunities there, and people should not shut themselves out of it. Reach out to ask questions, and you have people who are very willing to help you. Like Adebayo Connector is doing, is connecting a lot of people from diverse profession, diverse um, um, levels of life. So if you don't have access to information, it's really a personal thing. Like Pastor just said, that if you don't have access, it's a personal thing because you have not bothered to reach out. So, and again, don't always be on the negative side or the weakness side, thinking that you will not be able to achieve owning a real estate in Canada. Because when you look at the statistics of the number of sales of real estate that happened in Canada, even in the midst of a pandemic, it's greater than any sales even previous years, sales in the previous years, meaning that even in the pandemic, people are still, taking the opportunities available to them. So don't miss out and don't be alone there, because if you don't reach out to people, people probably will not know that you are there. We have a huge community here in Canada, especially in Ontario. Try to contact people to ask questions. So that's basically what I can say now. But if anybody has any, specific questions relating to real estate, maybe I will be able to answer such questions.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Chioma. Okay, you guys, for those who are just joining us, the questions and answers will be after all the speakers have gone. But